extraordinaire.
Yes, I have. His name is Bailey Lutomes, and he's just been selected to represent New Zealand at one of the world's biggest flower shows, and he's given us a sneak peek of the garden he plans on taking to that show. It's all coming up after the break.
I'm glad we're talking gardening today, because Sam and I, a few days ago, were in the makeup room talking to Peter Williams, and we were talking about tomatoes, and Sam and I were kind of having this battle over who grew the best tomatoes this summer, and ours stopped like early January, and then Peter comes in and says, oh, I've had tomatoes right up until this weekend. So James Ransley, are you going to show us how it's done this morning?
It is a show off, eh? No, I killed my tomatoes a long time ago. I'm not really too good at it. But I'll tell you about someone who is. Bailey Lutomes. He's just been selected to represent New Zealand at a pretty major international flower show. It's called the Hampton Court Palace Flower Show in London, and it's happening this year. You might have heard of him. He took out a pretty major award at this year's Ellerslie Flower Show in Christchurch. Well, I met up with him a couple of days ago down at Oriental Beach, where he made for us a similar or a smaller model of the garden he plans on taking to the show. And I asked him just how significant this show really is.
Your designers, your gardeners from all around the world, all around Europe, gathering in one spot, showcasing their skills, their talent, creating beautiful garlands for the public to come and see.
And just to give viewers an idea at home, this is a huge flower show. It's the biggest in the UK, one of the biggest in the world. I think something like 160,000 visitors go through at this show. For you, is this a career highlight? Is it up there?
It is pretty much up there. It's for me to be to have the opportunity to show at Hampton Court Palace at such an early stage in my career is an amazing experience.
All right, let's cut to the chase. What's this garden all about? Talk us through it.
I wanted to bring a piece of New Zealand over to the UK to show them what we're all about. So I've designed an outdoor shower called the Native Shower. So the whole idea is as you're walking up from the beach, you're all covered in sand, you make your way up the stairwell, and then you get descend at the central shower station on top, and then you make your way back into your bachelor sand-free.
Just to give you you guys an idea at home, this is like a smaller scale, I imagine, of a much larger piece. Is that right?
Exactly. So at Hampton Court Palace, this exhibit will be 7 metres in diameter with a fully working shower with hot water even.
Brilliant. Well, best of luck with the event. And like any successful gardener, there's always their support team behind them, and we just need to give a shout out to Bailey's mum, who has been here since 6 a.m. this morning, helping out with the garden too, but best of luck. Where would you be without your mother, right? Where would we all be without our mums? But look, Bailey's family, they have a pretty interesting backstory. His family arrived in New Zealand speaking no English. They just fled their home country, Vietnam. They had literally no possessions because they all went overboard when their boat started to sink. So he's certainly come a long way. But in terms of the show, it's quite a huge logistical cost in getting all the equipment and his support crew over to London. So if you do want to help out with this, you can go to a website that's been set up to collect donations for Bailey. It's called www.pledgeme.co.nz. Back to you guys.
Thank you, James. That's a lovely little story.
James.